The passenger door opened before I even had time to lock the car. I looked up from my steering wheel expecting a coworker who needed a quick ride. Instead, the most powerful woman in our company calmly slipped into the passenger seat, adjusted her coat, looked straight into my stunned face, and smiled as if nothing unusual had happened. Then she quietly said that I was taking her on a date. In that single moment, every fear I had spent years hiding rushed back into my heart. I was just an ordinary employee trying to survive, and Grace, the CEO of one of the fastest-growing healthcare companies in Chicago, Illinois, had just turned my ordinary evening into something I could never have imagined. Before we continue, if you believe kindness can change lives, that forgiveness is stronger than pride, and that everyone deserves a second chance, please take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs hope today, leave a thoughtful comment, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us keep bringing heartfelt stories that remind us goodness still exists. My name is Nathan, and for nearly 3 years I had worked in the company's maintenance department. Most executives never learned my name, and honestly, I preferred it that way. I had grown up helping my widowed father fix broken air conditioners around our neighborhood, and after he became too sick to work, every paycheck I earned went toward his medical bills and the small house where we still lived together. Dating had never been a priority. Dreams were expensive, but responsibility always came first. Grace had a reputation that frightened almost everyone. She was respected, intelligent, and incredibly demanding. People admired her leadership but rarely saw her smile. Whenever she walked through the building, conversations stopped. I had only spoken to her twice, both times when fixing problems in the executive offices. She always thanked me politely, but nothing more. That afternoon, I had stayed late replacing faulty lights in the parking garage. As I finished loading my tools into my old sedan, she unexpectedly approached. Without hesitation, she opened the passenger door and sat down. She explained that her driver had experienced a family emergency. Her phone battery had died during a board meeting, and every rideshare service nearby was delayed because of a city festival. Then, with an unexpected laugh, she admitted she had told one of the directors she was going on a date rather than another exhausting business dinner. Looking at me, she said I happened to be the only person leaving at that exact moment. My heart nearly stopped. I assumed she was joking, but her warm smile told me she simply needed one evening where nobody expected perfection from her. We drove toward a quiet, family-owned diner outside downtown instead of an expensive restaurant. Grace insisted she wanted real food instead of another luxury meal surrounded by business conversations. For the first time, I saw someone completely different from the executive everyone feared. She spoke about growing up in a small farming town in Iowa, losing her mother at a young age, and spending decades believing success could replace loneliness. I found myself telling her about my father, our financial struggles, and the promises I had made never to leave him behind. Hours passed without either of us noticing. There was no romance in the air, only two people carrying invisible burdens finally feeling understood. Before driving home, Grace quietly admitted something that stayed with me forever. She said she had watched security footage several weeks earlier after a severe winter storm damaged part of the building. She had seen me giving my own winter coat to a homeless veteran outside the office instead of walking past. I never knew anyone had witnessed it. She said that simple act reminded her that leadership meant serving people, not simply managing profits. The following Monday, the company announced a new employee assistance program, expanded healthcare benefits, paid family caregiver leave, and scholarships for workers continuing their education. Many assumed the board had planned everything for months, but I knew that conversation inside my old car had helped someone rediscover what truly mattered. Months later, Grace promoted me, not because of our unexpected evening, but because she believed people with compassion deserved opportunities to lead. I eventually became facilities manager, allowing me to earn enough to care for my father without constant fear of losing our home. Grace remained my mentor and trusted friend, and she often reminded executives that every employee carried a story they couldn't see. If this story has touched your heart so far, please leave a comment telling us about someone whose kindness changed your life. Your story might inspire another person who feels invisible today. As time passed, I realized that evening had never really been about a date. It had been about two strangers finding hope in honest conversation. One needed a ride home, while the other needed someone to remind her that success means very little without compassion. Together, we discovered that life's greatest opportunities often arrive disguised as ordinary moments. If this story warmed your heart, please like the video, share it with friends and family, and subscribe so you never miss another uplifting story of hope, faith, and second chances. Thank you for spending these moments with us. And may you never underestimate the quiet power of simple kindness, because sometimes one unexpected ride can change two lives forever.